How to master stress and anxiety. Hey, Chris Simon's your host. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, share, comment with a friend as it helps get the message out there. So how to master your stress and anxiety. So let's start from the start. Now, stress and anxiety are just natural human emotions, right? So stress is cortisol and anxiety is adrenaline. Okay, now these are just normal hormones that are very natural, and actually we can use stress and anxiety as a positive because, for things like driving a car, going to work, you need a healthy amount of stress and anxiety, right? You need a healthy amount of cortisol and adrenaline in your blood. People drink, copious amounts of coffee because coffee opens up the adrenal glands, which gives you that rush. That's why people take coffee. And for me, I'm sensitive with coffee, and it actually gives me anxiety. It actually gives me too much anxiety because I'm kind of anxious. I'm very kind of a hyped up person. I don't drink coffee. I don't need coffee, right? I'm already got the energy, and without the ADD, how about that? So that's great. But how to master your stress and anxiety, and take it for me as, I went through anxiety and depression, 7 years ago, and I was on antidepressants and I was still depressed. And, I was having suicidal thoughts and, I was having panic attacks. I was, on a 1 hour train ride from Cronulla into the city. I was getting off the train to up to sometimes three times in a 1 hour train ride because I was having a panic attack and I thought the train was caving in, and I hated being around people. And I felt like I was suffocating. And, for anyone that's had a panic attack and anxiety, deep anxiety, it's challenging. Like it is, you feel like dying every day. You feel like life is hell. You can't sleep. Your heart's racing. This is like you hear all the time. Boom, 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 boom. And you're like, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Oh my gosh. I'm sure people out there that are struggling with it right now, or dealing with it, they know the feeling, and it can be a scary feeling. And a lot of us get stressed about being stressed. So we get more stressed out about being stressed and more anxious about being anxious. We feel stressed, we feel anxiety, and we're like, oh my God, I'm stressed, I'm feeling anxious. They get that tight chest, like, no, I can't handle it, no, it's too much. And they stay in their comfort zone where it's less stressful, but in your comfort zone is unfulfilling, and you can be unhappy and bored in there, and it can actually lead to worse off than stress and anxiety, which is type 2 diabetes. You can get chronic illnesses. Your body gets in dis-ease because it's unhappy, unfulfilled, and doing not much with its life, right? And you can get other illnesses that way. But how to master stress and anxiety is through this thought process. That, think about this: when you feel that stress and you're breathing and you breathe heavier, and that anxiety comes, your heart's pumping, you feel that rush. Think about this, reframe it in your mind and go, oh, great. This is my body rising to the occasion. Like, this is my body, I'm feeling my heart pumping, great. It's giving me more blood and oxygen to my brain. It's giving me more blood to my vital organs, to my legs, so I can run faster, so I can act faster. I'm better on the football field. I'm better at work. Right? Oh, that stress, I can feel that. Oh, great. More oxygen is coming into my brain, into my blood. Great. This is giving me more power. And it's a much different body's response to whether you go negative. Oh my God, I can't handle it. Oh my God. Because what's actually happening when you're doing that, your body's freaking out and seeing more as a danger. So it releases more cortisol, which is stress, and it releases more adrenaline, which is anxiety. So you become more stressed when you're stressed and more anxious about being anxious, and it becomes a vicious cycle. And once you spend up to 21 to 90 days, 21 days you form a habit, 90 days you form a belief, and it just becomes you. So now you have a highway to stress and anxiety, and you have a dirt track to happiness and fulfillment and peace. Does that make sense? So you're influencing your nervous system to get to anxiety and stress quickly, and it kind of forgets how to be happy. So you need to retrain yourself how to be happy again, and spend 21 to 90 days and reframe those beliefs that, oh my God, I can't handle it, because you can handle it, right? You can. yes, stress, cortisol levels over long periods of time is detrimental to your health. It actually affects your cardiovascular system and your heart. So the way it is, when stress comes, your diaphragm and your heart, they get swollen up, okay, and it makes it hard for the blood to pump through, and it's like your muscle gets constricted. That's when you have heart attacks, because the cortisol really restricts that, right? Being stressed for long periods of time, when I say long periods of time, I'm talking about 6, 12, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Like, that's chronic stress is definitely no good for you and can lead to, definitely heart attacks and things like that. But also, there's a crazy thing that our body has inbuilt in our body, is that stress is a mechanism that when we feel stress, it's crazy, inside our heart, when we feel stress, when we like to vent when we're stressed, there's a reason for this. And it's very important to vent when you're stressed, because what it actually does is, it's thriving human connection. So when we feel stressed and we feel that cortisol level, the quickest way to get through it is to feel gratitude, right? So spend 10 minutes a day, feeling gratitude, because we live in a stress epidemic society caused by the lack of gratitude. Because, everyone's in this rat race and running around and forgetting to just slow down and being grateful for everything they do have. Because when you're grateful for everything you do have, there's no room for doubts, anxiety, negativity, right? So, and also, the quickest way to remove cortisol level, which is stress, is oxytocin. And oxytocin is released through love and gratitude. When you've had a tough day and you feel that tightness in your chest and you just feel stressed and anxious, and you see somebody you love, like, your mom, you see your partner, somebody you really love, and you give them that hug, and you just feel like, oh, this is because oxytocin is being released, which counteracts cortisol almost instantly. And oxytocin repairs damages to your cardiovascular system caused by anxiety and stress, by high levels of cortisol. So, if you're stressed out a lot, gratitude and love your life is counting on gratitude and love. And, I've thrived through stress, and, I work for some of the biggest builders in Australia, and, I was looking after millions of dollars and highly stressed, and where, generally construction managers only last a couple of months, 6 months, because they're so stressed. They say this is the worst job. And I thrive because I tricked my mind and my body that I can handle stress, that I love. When I feel that stress and anxiety, great, this is giving me the power to fight through the day. And it's funny because many years before, I was anxiety and depressed, and I hated being around people, and I was so scared of anxiety in my body that I hated life. I was so depressed, and I did not want to be here, because I literally hated the feeling of my body every single day of anxiety, depression, stress. But using those tools and techniques, practicing gratitude, reframing my mind that I can handle this, instead of, oh my God, I'm feeling stressed. No, go for it. Don't run away from it. Don't be scared of stress and anxiety, because again, it's just a natural human emotion, right? It's just a natural human emotion. Just like happiness, just like joy, just like, ecstasy, like they're human emotions. They're the positive human emotions. And then obviously, you have anxiety, stress. We can look at them as a negative if you perceive it that way, and it's actually doing negative effects to your body. But again, you can thrive through stress by believing that it is good for you, and also practicing gratitude and love, which is releasing oxytocin levels, which kills cortisol levels almost instantly and repairs any damages to your cardiovascular system caused by too much stress, cortisol levels. So guys, that's how we master your stress and anxiety. Hope that helps, guys. If you haven't yet, again, subscribe, share it with a friend, as I know what it's like to go through mental health issues and feel that there's no way out. And I hope this video and podcast can help people, give them that belief and faith that you can get out of those mental shackles of stress, anxiety, depression, and feel that there's no way out. And I'm living proof that I was on antidepressants for 18 months, and I was severely depressed, and I was still depressed from taking antidepressants, and I've come out the other side stronger and more powerful than ever. and now I'm lucky enough to be, assisting, helping, and empowering people to get through the same issues that I was getting through. So hope that helped, guys, and remember to always rise above. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to The Mindset Motivator with Chris Simons. If you want to take your life to the next level, check out chrissimonscoaching.com.